right, so going into our set review, I do want so we I think for filler cards, Jordan and I were talking about this, and we think it like if in like the first couple seconds of seeing a card, you're just thinking filler, just say it, and if we all kind of agree, then we can just move on.
Okay. Yeah, that seems fair. That seems fair.
Yeah, and we went with I think we're just gonna go with stars. Is that you want to do stars, Jordan?
Stars works.
Yeah. 1 through 5.
1 through 5 is easy because you never get like, you never feel like you're copying anybody because 1 through 5 is like the universal for everything in the entire world.
So yeah.
Seems fair to me. I like it.
If you try to do like Hearthstone specific things, it's like kind of weird.
Yeah. All right. So, starting off with Demon Hunter. Our first card we have is Demon Companion. 1 mana spell for Hunter and Demon Hunter. And it says summon a random Demon Companion.
Wait, it's a 1 mana card? What's a Demon Companion?
Yeah, did we actually get to see what the tokens were for Demon Companion?
Yeah. So it's basically mini animal companion. Like it's mini Huffer. It's a 2/1 with charge, or it's a 2/2 taunt,
Whoa!
or a 1/2 with like the Leok effect.
Okay. That's actually kind of nuts.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good
Like,
actually.
Like if you just rip it on one, you have the 2/2 with taunt.
Yeah.
I guess that's not as good anymore, but like.
Well, if there was ever to be
Classic
like a
standards, that's
tokeny
pretty
demon
good.
hunter, like this is a 1 mana, you roll the Leok off of this. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Like Zoo Demon Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Hunter, I mean, you love to see the
Oh, snap!
the board, like the board flood. So I could see you running
least
this
that has a silver
plus.
card.
You could run this plus Animal Companion. I mean, Animal Companion has been good since it came out at the very beginning. It's been a staple for Hunter decks, and
Yeah,
this will probably
I'm sure
slide
Wild
into.
Highlander Hunter will probably run this card. At least try it out.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, I could definitely see it. Spell Hunter is gonna want to look at this card too.
1 mana, 2 one's okay, right? Sometimes that's just decent removal for 1 mana. Keep you alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For your bigger stuff.
And
Yeah, this card's pretty solid, I think.
I think for Spell Hunter, especially like, you get just that much more flexibility because you can't run as many minions. Like, so you either are running the full spell package where you can run no minions, or you're running like Barnes Charge.
Oh my god.
And then
That still exists?
And then if you're doing that, you can't run other minions, so having a nice little like charge guy to rush things in would be good for removal.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Any hunter deck that has like limited like minion types that they have to run, like it's specifically they have to try to pull beasts or have a limited card pool, like I think they're gonna want to run this.
Yeah, I think it's a good card.
So I'm thinking 3 stars for this bad boy.
Yeah. Good enough to maybe see it play, but not a guaranteed thing. Certainly not something
Yeah.
you change any other cards to make better.
Right. Not a build around card by any stretch.
Maybe there's like a Werther standard Quest Hunter adds this, and has like that 7 mana for your board with tentacles, and like, because that's the thing that exists. You just chop this in there.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, I think it's probably like a 3, and I'd say it probably has even more upside than that. Animal Companion is just a really, really good card, and 1 mana Animal Companion seems kind of good too. So I could see it being even better than that.
Yeah. If it's an odd,
It's no Huffer.
it's an odd. So you can put in an odd Demon Hunter, you can put in an odd Hunter. Alright, moving on.
Odd Hunter.
We got 1 mana spell for Demon Hunter. Double jump. Draw an outcast card from your deck.
Sure, we have a draw, but there's no outcast card that's like. I mean, like if it's a world where you have like a control-ish, slower Demon Hunter, maybe, but like.
Well, so here's my thought with this. You put it in a deck where you want a specific outcast card at a specific time, right? So let's say your only outcast card is Skull of Gul'dan. If you're running that, you play double jump on 7, and you get to play Skull of Gul'dan off the top for sure. And it's got outcast when you draw it.
Yeah. This card actually is kind of scary. It's a one mana tutor, and the outcast cards have some really good effects. The legendary that we'll end up talking about. Sorry, not probably. We'll end up talking about in a little bit. Seems like it has a pretty good outcast effect. There's Glide that they came out with, which we can debate. Some people say it's going to be good. I think it's going to be pretty scary. Specifically for an outcast that you can play right away, this seems like a pretty potent combo piece that Demon Hunter is going to want to run or look to be running. Maybe not this expansion, but in the future.
I haven't seen any of the other cards really. I've seen like maybe 5 in this expansion. It's just but one thing is every expansion, right? Every single expansion, a card like this comes out, a curated draw effect, and they're like, this sucks. And then every expansion, it's the nuts. People said Town Crier sucked.
Yeah.
This
Town Crier is
would
an
be an okay card. It's a curated draw for very cheap. It'll probably be a fine card.
And that's the big thing too, is Demon Hunter is proven to be a very aggressive class. You want to give it better draw.
Cheap
I mean,
draw.
1 mana draw 1 is one mana draw a specific thing is really good.
I think there's zero chance almost that this fits in odd Demon Hunter. You just want to play a 1-drop that like hits the opponent in the face on 1. But standard, and if you know, praise that hopefully there's another deck in Wild that's playable other than odd Demon Hunter when there's enough cards. I'm sure it'll find a home. I think it's a 3, honestly. It doesn't seem as good, but curated draw always finds a way, man.
I'm thinking.
Personally, I'm going to give this a 5 because every time it's a 1 mana draw, it's a tutor. I don't know if maybe in this expansion it's not a 5, but this card is something that's going to be scary down the line. I mean, the Christology buff from 2 to 1, that's huge. This card, with how good Demon Hunter is going to be a staple in whatever combo Demon Hunter will arise.
Slightly less good at Christology, but yeah, I see that.
Yeah. All right. So we got a 3, a 4, and a 5
Being
double jump.
slightly best in like the best paladin card, I guess isn't a good card to make.
All right. Moving on, we got Philosophy. So, Demon Hunter Warlock 1 mana spell. And it says, copy the lowest cost demon in your hand. Outcast, give both +1 and 1.
So, quick question. Do you want to look at these cards as both classes right now, or just the Demon Hunter side, and then we'll swing back around, or I'm not sure. Or is
Talk about both. Is it in the Warlock side? You put it in twice?
Yeah, I think it's in twice. So let's just talk Demon Hunter right now.
All right.
okay.
We're really gonna be here for hours, huh? We've done 1 card, 2 cards in 13 minutes. We're talking about this card
We're on
twice.
track.
Are you mad? Are you kidding me?
Welcome to card reveal season, boys. Oh. All right, so sorry. What were you saying about this one?
All right. So for Demon Hunter, what demons do you want to copy and potentially buff? Battle Fiend.
I'd rather just play my Battle Fiend and hit him in the face with it.
Is there like a combo demon that we want to think about?
I mean, Warlock gave like the Moarg, but I don't know how good that is.
Well, Moarg is neutral.
Well, sure, so you have it in both.
Yeah.
I don't see this card being good in Demon Hunter. It's an interesting effect. I think it's better in Warlock, which is I'm actually excited for one of the Warlock combos that it potentially could unlock with Dark Glare and stuff. But as a Demon Hunter card, I think it's meh. And the only important part of it is the copy of the lowest cost demon in your hand
Sure.
to unlock some sort of combo. I think it's bad in
there.
there.
More than standard where you have like a flame whip in your hand and this in your hand, and then suddenly you have a 3 mana play where you make 2 4/3s. But like in some like standard zoo.
Right.
But again, Demon Hunter, I guess you could do the same thing with Battle Fiend in standard. It's probably okay enough, but in Wild, I don't know. Maybe there's a way out where like your lowest demon's like a 4 cost and it like lets you do something kind of cool. It's at the very least value for cheap.
Like I don't.
Standard
It's
Demon
interesting.
Hunter deck where this value helps you beat things. I don't know.
Maybe you put it in the big demon package, where you get an extra priestess.
Or something like that.
extra priest.
It would
would
be.
good.
This card is something to keep an eye out. Also, just in there's ever a really strong cheap demon legendary for demon hunter or warlock coming up.
Yeah.
Being able to potentially copy that down the line.
Do you ever chuck this in like a Q block and have 3 void colors?
No, because Q block lists are getting a little tight as if. And if I'm gonna do greed, I think there's just maybe an extra merchant or something like a faceless.
Greedy already? Sure.
Yeah. All right, I'm thinking for demon hunter, this is maybe 1 star. Maybe a 2 star. I could be convinced of a 2 star.
I think it's 1 for demon hunter. Yeah.
So it's interesting because it's like you have Outreach, right? And if this is Outcast on the right, you then like could theoretically copy your cheap 1-cost Bay demons also like on the right, which then you can just play a lot of like 1-cost cards, maybe with an Outreach. I think there's definitely potential with this card. I just didn't know what it is. So
Yeah.
2 or 3 is probably fair for demon hunter. 1-mana cards that do stuff. I mean, I don't know. Historically they're good, but at some point you just have too many of them, right? So who knows?
All right.
No, it's target. It's something that's targeted too. It's something that can be abused. So you have to give it a second look.
Yeah. All right. Next card we have Spirit Jailer. 1 mana, 1/3 for Warlock and Demon Hunter. Battle Cry. Shuffle 2 Soul Fragments into your deck. So the Soul Fragments say cast when drawn, and when you draw it, it heals you for 2. And there's other synergistic things that Soul Fragments do with some of these cards. What do we think about this?
The heck's a soul fragment? Did you say that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it shuffles into your deck, cast when drawn. When you draw it, it heals you for 2. Or there's other cards that are coming up where you can destroy a soul fragment and do some other thing. So
I love how this is Jordan's first time seeing most of these cards.
one
So
mana,
I think
one
we
for-
should flip to him every single time first to get the immediate reaction, and then we'll go from there.
It's a 1-mana 1/3. There's no way this is worse than 3 stars. I mean,
Fair.
it's
It's a
got
good-
the stat line.
it's a good stat line.
It's a 1-mana 1/3
demon.
that does something.
Yeah,
Have we not learned our lesson?
it's true. Absolutely valid.
Outrageous card.
Best card in this set.
Yeah, it's just 1-mana 1/3.
So
There's a lot of games to this.
I think a lot of people are sleeping on the soul fragment mechanic because, and just from the standpoint, like, I would run soul fragments in either one of these classes without the like extra synergy cards. I think because you're looking at 2 of the classes that damage themselves the most, right? With Warlock,
Mhm.
Life Tap, and with Demon Hunter swinging into things.
I mean, you just chuck this in a zoo deck that has Flame Imp and 1-mana 2/1 draw card, deal 2 to yourself. I mean, you got another nice early game thing, and sometimes you die less. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and
Without even knowing what the battle cry does. I mean, this just the healing part. I don't know what the destroy does. But just the healing part's 3 stars, I think.
yeah.
I mean, in Wild's always a different story because you have so much competition, but in Standard, I'm sure this will see play in both classes.
Yeah.
I don't know, at least. And that's Soul Fragment.
Yeah, no.
And then there's
I think this card's really good.
I think it's pretty solid.
It's a 3 stars, and if there is a dedicated soul fragment deck, this is like one of the MVPs of it because you get to get the soul fragments in early.
I think this is the one of the better,
Right,
if
it's a
not the
Soul Fragment
best
deck, this
Soul
will be,
Fragment
like,
card.
the highest win rate card because it's like, oh, you played Soul Fragments on when your deck works.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons this card might be bad is that like if you don't draw and your deck doesn't work, the deck will be bad. So I don't know how good Soul Fragments in your deck is.
Sure.
But if like your deck can't function if you don't hit them in your deck, and you just like there are some games where you don't get Soul Fragments, you can't do stuff. A lot of people are gonna want to play the deck, depending on how consistent it is.
Well, I think that's why in Demon Hunter, the Soul Fragment cards are a little bit better than the Warlock ones, because in Warlock you have Plot Twist and you have Life Tap, so you have more ways to get these Soul Fragments back. But I think this one, I kind of compare it to Mistress of Mixtures, being a 1-mana 2/2, heal 4 whenever you heal yourself, and that's a staple in most Warlock decks. This won't be to the same level of Mistress because it's a demon tag, but you still get the same level of heal, and maybe that 1/3 body is a little bit better, or maybe you run both of them alongside each other, or in like a block twist deck.
And as far as heal goes, it's actually a little bit better because it's not immediate heal.
Right.
So, I mean, with Mistress, a lot of times you end up only healing for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's still really good with Plague of Flames. So Warlock, I think this is like in a lot of my theory crafts initially. Any non-void color Void Lord deck is probably running that.
Fascinating. Yeah, man, I don't know. If Slow Fragments is good, this card's nuts. If it's not, it probably won't see play, not because it's not a good card on its own, but because you just would rather have something in your deck that works with what your deck's doing. So this deck card's probably only so good, if depending on how good Slow Fragment is, because you don't want to run this as just a random deck, probably.
Right.
There's probably
Right.
options.
Sure.
So I have no idea how to rate this card. I don't know what Slow Fragment does. It's probably a 2 through 4. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you were pretty spot on with it. Yeah, I think you're spot on with the 3. I do like this card in a lot of Warlock decks. I think it's way better in Warlock than Demon Hunter, is the point. Other than it's like a 3, and then you make a split from there.
Sure. All right. Next, we've got True Aim Crescent, which is a 1-mana, 1/4 weapon for Demon Hunter and Hunter. And it says, after your hero attacks a minion, your minions attack it too. So, my initial thought with this is the weapon being a 4 durability is already like gonna make it pretty good.
1/4. It's 1 mana 1/4, which is interesting. I think it's kind of a little bait card. It's after your hero attacks, so you have to have minions on board. It kind of takes the same spot of Candle Shot, which was pretty good. But I don't know if this one just kind of quite makes the cut. I think the Legendary is a better example of this. But I don't know.
Yeah. So with that Legendary, we can talk about it. So Ace Hunter Cream, basically it makes every other character on your side of the board except for that minion be immune. So it means that you can swing into it with this and then basically clear a minion at no cost to you.
Do you hear it?
I mean, it's a really it's a cool card. Like, and if you get a bunch of minions and you be able to swing with your hero and they all attack in, and then you get to go phase 2. But I just don't see a token deck that also has minions big enough to survive this initial hit in. And also go for
Isn't there a paladin weapon that's a 1 mana 1/4 no text?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Power creep low.
Cool.
Yeah, this is a 1.
My Battlegrounds brain is boo. Pop this bad boy, rip a cave hydra. Yeah, all the things. Throw a dude. Popping that John in my deck.
Yeah.
I don't think a 1 mana 1/4 weapon can be a 1 with text. It's gotta like a 1 is like a filler card that'll never see play. Like a filler card that's like understated. It's gotta be at least a 2. There's gotta be like somewhere world where all your minions is wild though, right? All your minions attack it?
Yeah, but it's targeting into 1 minion. I'm really struggling in a 30 card deck.
Does it attack
where
left
this
or
deck
right
would wanna
on the
run.
board? Like when I attack a minion with this, does my leftmost minion attack the minion first?
That's a good question because with Ace Hunter Kreen, it's relevant, right? Because then you would want Ace Hunter Kreen to be all the way to the right, so that everything before it doesn't die when it swings in.
That's
Also,
yeah, I don't know. I would guess it's left or right, but I do not know.
that's probably nothing.
Or it might
What's
be
that?
play order.
What's that 2/4 that makes like? Oh, it's when you play a 1-drop, give it poisoning. A 4 mana 2/4 when you play a 1-drop, give it poisonous.
Oh, the Toxmonger?
You like Toxmonger plus 1-drop, attack with this. You know,
It's alright.
It's not that good, maybe, because you still have to take the damage. I don't know.
I'm gonna say 2 stars.
Sure, dude. Just moving on.
Alright.
We're like 5 cards in.
Alright, Soul Shear is a Warlock Demon Hunter card. Says it's 2 mana, deal 3 damage to a minion, and shuffle 2 soul fragments into your deck. So it's a little bit of removal, and it shuffles some soul fragments.
So it's a better Dark Bomb?
No, because Dark
It
Bomb
doesn't go face.
Nobody throws Dark Bomb to the face. I mean, I guess I do with Malagos, but...
Dan does.
I was about to say, I throw a lot of dark bombs at
Yeah.
face.
I used to too back with Malagos, and just like if people died, you just rip like a Dark Bomb in Hellfire. But I mean, again, if Soul Fragments is good, this card's great. I mean, it's removal and it does something on top of that that like helps your deck's game plan. You rip the 1/3, they rip their 1/3, you Soul Sear their 1/3, and you've got 4 in your deck. And you're just like on a roll, dude. You're on a tear. I think this is a fine card. Again, I don't know what Soul Fragment does, but just 2 mana, deal 3 to a minion is an okay card.
Kind of look at Soul Fragments as every one of these cards has a heal 2, I would just say.
Being shuffled into your deck.
It's shuffling 2 in your deck, but let's just say you just draw 1. So it has the potential for being more, it has the potential for being more, less. Let's just say it's heal 2. Like, I'm comparing this card to Nether Breath and Dark Bomb. Nether Breath, when activated, is deal 4 damage, heal 4 immediately. I also compare this to Felbolt. Right. That's the one downside. A lot of
it's not
there's not enough
Nether Breath,
dragons.
if you like destroying the Soul Fragments is good, then this stalls to get to the cards that do stuff with the Soul Fragments, because it keeps me from dying by killing a minion theoretically.
I don't see it at any place in Demon Hunter. I mean, control Demon Hunters will want to run this eventually.
There's no mid-range or tempo Soul Fragment Demon Hunter.
Yeah, I don't see that. Demon Hunter's just too good at going face.
Yeah.
Sure. But what if you have a card that says battle card, destroy 2 Soul Fragments. For each Soul Fragment destroyed, deal 10 to the opponent's face. I mean, I have no idea. That's pretty good at going face. What does this destroy the Soul Fragments do?
There are cards that destroy the Soul Fragments. Demon Hunter's got
do
some.
whatever the card says. It's always different. Is that how it works?
It's whatever the card. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like a consistent thing.
Right. Yeah.
It's like Battle Cry. If you deck contains Soul Fragments, destroy 1 and deal 5 damage or something. And
Yeah,
might
kind of
affect
thing.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, it might work. You just chuck in like the 1/3 this and like 1 good Soul Fragment card and you're like your normal. But again, in DN and Wild, this card probably won't see play because it's not odd. But the card on its own is probably okay. Not 2 or 3. I want to see more cards.
Yeah. I'd
I think
say.
it's probably a 2.
Yeah, 2 seems reasonable. Decent removal on 2. Soul Fragment might be relevant sometime in the future. So Ace Hunter Kreen, we kind of talked about briefly, but your other characters are immune while attacking. It's a 3 mana 2/4 legendary. Yes, it does count your face.
Everything, dude. Hunter Ace is so good at Hearthstone. It gets a card that makes everything immune. What a legend, dude.
Yeah, this card's good. I don't know if it fits exactly in on Demon Hunter right away, but it's a 3 mana 2/4. You know, it's the Stargazer Luna stats. Luna's an insta kill. This kind of feels like it's an insta kill.
Yeah.
I think it's a good card. I don't think it's like broke back, but good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's an esports card, dude. 5 out of 5.
I'm
Give Hunter Ace his card, man.
gonna say 4. 4 stars.
The card seems
Super
way more
powerful.
exciting than anything we've looked at. We talked about it for 12 seconds, but let's keep it going. We're on a roll.
4 stars, yeah.
The card seems okay.
All right, 3 mana 2/3 Demon Hunter card. The card is called Mage Hunter. Rush. Whenever this attacks a minion, silence it.
Iron Beak Owl
And
died
for-
for this?
For our audio listeners, Gu1Danie1 just flipped off the camera. So Dan, you want to talk about why you despise this card existing?
It's just it's silence on a stick, like 3 mana silence rush.
It's interesting because it's slightly less good than Iron Beacon, like, if you're trying to target something behind a taunt.
Mhm.
But it's better if you're, like, attacking an Edwin.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like,
Yeah.
take this out and take Edwin out, and everyone's happy. Don't add this to solve Edwin. Just take Edwin out and leave this out. Everybody's happy. Nobody asked for this.
I don't know. I
like it. I like when cards are like similar but different. I mean, that's like literally all Hearthstone does with design, right? They're like, how can we add a silence that's different? Can't go through taunt. So
yeah.
I think it's probably quite a good card because it's just a 3-mana 2/3 rush. You top 2 of these in your deck. Sometimes you just kill a minion, and it's like, oh, whatever, dude.
I personally really like
It's a
silence
tech card that
effects.
has potential.
Personally, I really like silence effects, mostly because I don't like playing against Q Block. But
Oh, attack the cubes. Oh.
yeah,
I want to attack an obsidian.
Void
statue,
Caller
dude.
needs a nerf. 2021.
No, come on. We're getting
Call it.
shafted. They
No
put a whole
need.
class just to hunt my class in the game.
Big
But
rip.
I think other than its Nisu, I exaggerate. I think it's like maybe a 2 or a 3 card. I think it's probably like a 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tech card.
Consume
Right?
Magic is already really, really good for Demon Hunter, so I don't see why this needs this.
Right.
But it now has this in its like toolbox
Sure.
for like the eventual Reno Demon Hunter that is coming for our
In
souls.
a world where sideboards existed, this is in every Demon Hunter sideboard for
Yeah.
getting its Riv. But yeah, it's a tech card. It can't be any more than a 2 or a 3.
Yeah.
It's no staple. It's no build around, which is like 4 and 5.
Mhm.
In terms of tech cards, it's probably on the high end of tech cards. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a
man.
tech card I would almost consider main decking, which means it's a good tech card.
Like an odd Demon Hunter,
Yeah.
they like. Wait, so it attacks it, it then silences it? How's that work? Like, if I attack an 8/8 Edwin, do I kill it and have a 2/1 left? Or do I lose my minion and then it becomes a 2/2?
From the reaction on Twitter and everything, it sounds like it silences it, then attacks it. So I'm pretty sure you're left with the 2/1.
So
That
it
makes sense
silences
because they were
and
calling it the
attacks.
Edwin killer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, there's a world where like odd Demon Hunter, they like hold their 1-drops and they like on 2 they play Battlefield Hereupon. You like rip this on your turn 3, and you're left with a 2/2. I mean, it's just okay. The silence is irrelevant, kind of, but it's like you just get the board. I think it's what it lacks in like targeted silence it gains, and then it has like a body, and it could be useful outside of like
Mhm.
necessarily needing it to like, you know, attack a Ragnaros. It's like you'd rather just consume magic or Ragnaros, right? But this is good, better early game because it's got stats. It's probably a 3-star, just a net, pretty good tech card.
All right, moving right along. We got Shard Shatter Mystic. It's a Demon Hunter 3-mana 3/2. Battlecry, destroy a soul fragment in your deck to deal 3 to all other minions.
Alex Reese died for this? Oh, it's all other. Wait, that's crazy. I mean, you're not gonna play it on 3, like after the 1/2/3 combo, but what? Huh?
It's good
That's like a
anti-aggro.
3-mana Duskbreaker, right? I mean, that's
Exactly. This is your reason to run the Soul Fragments in this
Soul
full
Fragments?
Demon Hunter build.
Yeah.
so
Is
there's a world
to-
where like turn 6, you rip that last card out and this card out, and you like clear full board. I mean, again, they're gonna want to just go face and wild, but in standard, I'm sure this will be annoying. People use it to kill 2-mana G's and stuff. I don't even know what 2-mana juice looks like. I just know that's a thing that exists apparently. Makes sense. 4-mana G is just terrible. Terrible card.
It gets played.
Yeah.
Like, this card won't see play now, probably. I mean, we say that now. Demon Hunter
I
just
think
popped
it
up out
will
of
in
nowhere.
standard.
But, yeah, in Standard for sure. But this card is, like, a build-around staple card.
Yeah, the problem
That-
with the odd Demon Hunter is not that it's the only deck, it's also that it's just like absurdly good in terms of like wild deck standards.
Well, it used to be.
You know, got
It's,
enough.
it's
Mhm.
gotten nuked from orbit. It's been non-existent since the.
It's
War
still
Glaives
one of the best
nerf.
decks. It just probably leaves a poor taste in people's mouths because it's been nerfed so much. But I think it's still one of the highest decks in HS we play. That may
Oh,
be
definitely. It's
because-
still around.
That may be
Yeah.
because everyone stopped playing it, so the stats never lowered, but because they're already so limited in wild. I mean, this is kind of wild, dude. I mean,
It's a really good card. It's not an odd Demon Hunter card.
if
by any
wild
means,
ever
but-
returns to a point where like there are decks that just like play minions that don't do like stupid things, like you have in standard, you know, when they just play the curve stone and just probably pretty good. But yeah, wild, you're gonna attack people in the face.
Yep.
Standard, I'm sure it's quite good to kill early game, like warrior things and early game rogue things and stuff.
Nice little 3-star card, I'd say.
I thought so.
Yeah.
DK died for this. You don't have these control.
I think, I mean, I'm gonna give it a 4 just because it's Dustbreaker, but it's got some requirements and the deck isn't there yet.
Right.
But I'm gonna try to like future-proof my rankings because Demon Hunter is gonna be just like a problem, and they're pushing the hell out of it.
Yep.
And this is gonna be a staple in Control Demon Hunter working.
Yep.
Soul fragment of some form.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We've got 4 mana, Glide. Shuffle your hand into your deck. Draw 4 cards. Outcast, your opponent does the same.
Wait, so if you have a hand of 8 cards and you play this, are you left with a hand of 4 cards?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
So,
Not that Demon Hunter ever has a hand of 8 cards.
it's true.
What on Earth and Wild would you play this for?
Aggro reload. Combo
In your
disruption.
odd Demon Hunter?
Combo disruption.
In your odd
Yeah,
Demon
it
Hunter?
would require a whole new deck,
Right.
but
Right.
this is like the ultimate combo disruption. It's like Divine Favor almost.
Is it a combo disruptor, or is it
Yeah.
also like just draw cards? Like if you just have no cards in your hand, it's just 4 mana draw 4.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's
That
like
makes
that's,
your opponent also lose their hand. It's like a sprint that's... I mean, if you have no cards, this card, like, undeniably good. But I guess when you have cards and you're doing things... I don't know. Is this a dual class?
no,
it's
it is
Demon
just Demon Hunter.
No.
Dude.
So
Thank God.
here's my thought with this: is they seem to be printing a lot of cards that actually can like interact with Quest Mage in a lot of ways, and this is so. If there's ever a world where a Quest Mage completes quest and can't immediately play it, which is often enough, and you just play Glide, well then now they have to draw their quest reward, right? So that seems like a good way to enable a little bit more slower decks to enter back into the meta, which I'm all here for.
Mhm. Yeah, certainly. With the Quest Mage being number 1, like a lot of the control decks are completely
I'm
pushed
looking
out.
forward to watching Cream Puff playing as degenerate Kazakus Priest for the next 3 years, and then just random Demon Hunter just rips this on 4 before he can play Raza, and then it's his 29th card. I'm just looking forward for that moment right there. He's got the Raza in hand. It's turn 4. The random Demon Hunter, for no good reason, has a Glide in their deck when it's not run. This is in a world where this card never sees play. I'm just looking forward to that moment where someone's got Raza for 5 and someone just rips this card for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Chain Raza gang.
That'd be
Chain
sick.
Raza gang. There we go.
Yeah, why is Raza unnerved Tiller? I was liking Wild, and then they brought all the same decks back.
Yeah.
Which I guess is the point of Wild. Whatever, dude. I don't know.
I'm gonna
I
give
get the
this.
philosophy.
I'm gonna give this a 4-star. Not a build around card, but very good use.
My brain hurts. I don't. This could be a 1. This could be a 5. I have no idea. I'm not gonna rate it.
It'll see no play, but at the same time, I'm going to give it a 4 too because when aggro Demon Hunter is a thing, this is going to be insane.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen
Even
people
without the
like-
outcast.
Yeah.
Like I follow most of the Hearthstone people I follow are obviously standard players because the majority of Hearthstone people are standard players, and even like pros and popular content creators don't like agree on if this card's good or not. So how am I gonna know, right? If the J. Alexanders of the world don't know, how am I supposed to know? I mean, I have no idea.
All I know is this can also be tutored by the double jump cards, so
Oh yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
let's we've got a tutor for it. This
But
card
in a
has a
world where you, like,
powerful
play the
disruption effect.
tutor,
It'll
You're
be
like
interesting.
not running out of cards. I don't know. This just seems so bad to rip with like any more than 4 cards.
You could also do it as like anti-fatigue. So if you have 9 cards in your hand,
Mm.
and the game is going to fatigue as Demon Hunter,
Wait a minute.
then you can play
5
Glide.
5 stars.
I love it.
That's some big brain right there.
Trump's gonna lose in fatigue to someone doing that. His mind's gonna be blown. He'll be like, wait, how did I get 4 behind in fatigue? I was like the last 30 minutes of this ridiculously long control mirror. I've been talking about how I'm winning, and this man glided me. Oh, but you also have to make sure your opponent doesn't also have 9 cards in their hand, because in a word that you have 9, you're
Well-
probably both passing and you're applying a wasted cards.
So, well, if you do this, though, you play it from the middle of your hand, clearly.
From the middle of your hand.
So it doesn't have outcast. So it's just on your side.
Oh,
You're just
'cause
waiting.
you have 9 cards in your hand. What are the odds it's your outcast card?
Yes.
Yeah, again, my brain's not big enough for all this card text, so I'm not gonna read it. I don't understand what I'm looking at. What is that? A person with wings above a city?
Yes, they're gliding.
That's lit.
Who glides with dragon wings though?
Get a Fortnite umbrella in the card already.
Jordan's had a couple of vitamins before the show.
All right. We've got Marrow Slicer, 4 mana, 4/2 Demon Hunter weapon. Battle Cry, shuffle 2 soul fragments into your deck.
4 mana, 4
True
2
silver
with an
champion.
effect.
Yeah, that seems bad.
True silver
Yeah, the
champion's
Demon
not
Hunter's
played
got better
for
weapons.
years. Again, if there's a soul fragment deck, this sees play. 4 mana, 4/2 weapon is not the end of the world.
Sure.
But if there's no soul fragment deck, you're never gonna run a random Marrow Slicer.
Right, yeah.
All of these cards depend on how good the soul fragment decks become. So that if you've seen all the cards and you don't think it's gonna become anything, then it's like a wait till next expansion type vibe. I really hope they don't pull a paladin and like never release soul fragment cards again. It's just like this is your gimmick for this expansion, and then never release support for it again because they do
Yeah.
that for paladin every expansion.
Yeah.
They're never gonna print another Libram card. They print it in this expansion.
No.
Is there a Libram card?
Nope.
Why do Librams exist? What's the new gimmick? Are we gonna see that later? What's the new paladin gimmick? That like makes no sense. It doesn't have enough synergy to make a deck work. So you're left with garbage minions from 45 different archetypes.
They did that with Freeze Shaman, too. I
What
want
is
some more
going
Freeze
on?
Shaman cards.
Bring back Marabi to standard. Next time they do an event, dude. Let's get it running.
When they announced dual class cards, I really legit thought Free Shaman was back on the menu. I was like,
Have
here it
Shaman and Mage
comes.
with a freeze.
Yeah,
Is that in here? That'd be sick.
great.
Yeah, so-
Unfortunately for Demon Hunter, though, if they want to do Soul Fragments, they're going to have to run this card. So this might be part of like
They have to play.
one of the drawbacks.
Oh wow, that's like a reason to not want to play Soul Fragment. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. 4 mana 4/2 is okay. Look, the Soul Fragments are hitting you. You're like killing a 5/4 with this. It's good tempo. But like that world of tempo exists in the standard, and Wild you just they're dead by the time you play a 5/4.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Unless it's green skin.
No idea how to write this. One thing that I find interesting, if you took the art from these cards we're seeing, from like the Demon Hunter weapons, and you saw just the art, this looks the same as the last card. I couldn't tell. If you showed me the art of all the Demon Hunter weapons, I wouldn't be able to tell you which card it was. This card looks the same. It's just like a blue
I think
glob
they all
of
are the
nonsense.
same.
Are they all blue globs of nonsense? Is
They're all
one
the
turned
same
the other
white
way?
shape.
The moral of the story is Jordan needs to be drawing all of the art for Hearthstone.
Oh no, the Blizzard artists are fantastic. I'm just. What am I looking at? It's just like a thing being sliced. I have no input on this card. If you couldn't tell, we can move on.
All right.
I have no idea what I'm looking at.
I think 2 stars tops,
Sure,
1 star.
sure.
I was going to say 2 as
Yeah.
well.
I mean, True Silver Champion with no text is a 2 at least.
All right. 4 mana 4/3 legendary Demon Hunter minion. Star Student Stelina. Outcast, look at 3 cards in your opponent's hand, shuffle one of them into your deck, into their deck.
Into their deck.
Into their deck.
Huh. So it's like a targeted dirty rat where I don't have to bring the new shark to the board. I just go pop that John over there for a while.
Yeah.
Only to have them top deck it and play it.
Yep.
So like, I don't
More disruption cards.
I don't know a world, but like I don't see a world where you'd like want to play this card. Like I feel like one outcast is bad. You can't play it on 3 or 4. Maybe not that you'd want to, but it's like I feel like most of the time you'd rather have like a Maiev type card that like does something the turn you play. Like I don't know. I mean maybe against Druid, but they draw so fast. I don't understand what this card does. Like what deck is this? Like you could put like their Gu1Danie1 lower, but like I don't. Again, they
So-
tapped the whole game, so like they have. They'll draw it eventually again. So I
This
don't-
to me just feels like the combo breaker. Like you wait for your Emperor Thorson turn and you send back whatever they discounted back into their deck.
Are there combos
or-
that still play Emperor before they go off?
There's a few.
A couple,
many.
not anymore. I think like more
Emperor,
combos
like,
are like
fell
omitting
off,
the
dude.
Emperor anymore, too,
They
actually.
printed cards that were too good you didn't need to discount them anymore.
Yeah.
This might be one of the more overrated cards in the set. I think. I don't think a lot of people are like super high on it, but originally when it came out, I was like, this is insane. But otherwise, it's just a vanilla 4 mana 4/3 if you're not outcasting it.
I feel like I'm gonna open this, or it's gonna be my free legendary. I'm gonna be really sad. I don't see this card being good or fun.
I opened my packs yesterday, and I've so far dodged it. So
Good for you. I feel like
Good man.
For one, Demon Hunter does not seem like the kind of class that wants to play tech cards. They have so many just like overstated minis. They have like a 9 mana like 16/16. They have like a 9/5 rush and then a 5/9 taunt. And they just have like their stack mini quality is insane. Why would I want to run this card? I don't know.
yeah, it's
It's information,
Maybe.
but it's
Okay.
too hard to like activate.
But if it's information, the card would be better if it was Battle Cry and then the shuffle was removed from the cards. Like just look at 3. That card would be kind of interesting. For like, again, I wouldn't have fun with it because I'm not big enough brain to do anything with that information. But at least it'd be like a cool card, maybe. Like with this, I'm just gonna play it, just because it's like I have 4 mana and I have nothing else to do and I can't help myself, and I'm gonna see like 3 random cards, so I'm like, wow, whatever, dude. And then I have to decide which one I don't want to play. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of interesting though. They don't draw one back, so you just like cut their like -1 on their hand size. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 1 star on this. It's a tech card, and I don't think it's a particularly good one.
In a world where Leroy still exists in Standard, I'm sure they're going to highlight where like they're holding the Leroy because like they didn't have lethal, and then you play this when they have 1 card in their hand, and you're like, let's put that Leroy back. But I don't. This card seems like a worse tech card than the other ones we've seen.
Yeah.
In Wild,
agree.
you
I
can
think
just play
it's
other
1.
things. It's also even in Wild, so like, I feel like you'd rather just run Dirty Rat. I don't know, Brand, Dirty Rat, Zola, all that crap's neutral. So if there's a deck that wants combo disruption, in Wild that has it. In Standard, again, there's so many good cards because all of these are in Standard in Demon Hunter, because Demon Hunter's new, that Demon Hunter specific cards are, there's already a lot of competition. I don't think this card's good.
Me neither. It's cool. It's interesting. It's 400 dust.
Yep.
Probably.
Unless you're a completionist like me who doesn't disenchant anything.
Ah, what do you mean? Just collect all
There's
the
no
good
point
ones.
being a completionist anymore, Huston. There's too many cards.
I
many
want
bad
to
ones.
though. All right, moving on. We got
Respect.
4 mana 5/4 Outcast.
No.
What?
Summon 2 1/1 demons. File
I was
Fiend
talking about a
Fury.
5/4. My opponent plays this, John, and I just smack it with my blue weapon, dude.
Filler.
This card seems terrible. What are the demons? They're just 1/1 imps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This card seems terrible.
Filler. Moving on. 1
Filler.
star.
Okay. Alright, cool. It's so terrible.
5
outcast
mana
card.
1/1 Blood Herald. Whenever a friendly minion dies while this is in your hand, gain +1/1. It's a Hunter, Demon Hunter dual class card.
Oh, yeah, the hunter cards now then? Is that what this is here?
It's bad.
Is it bad? I guess it is because you can't, like...
You're relying on your own minions dying instead of going face, and then it's just a singular minion that is actually still
Right, and it's
5
not like it's
mana.
Quarter Creeper where the cost is being reduced.
Mhm.
If you're playing,
Yeah.
if you're playing a lot of rush minions in Hunter, maybe, like if you played the,
Oh crap, it's a hunter card.
yeah, it's Hunter Demon
I
Hunter,
didn't even think about that.
Oh, I think about Demon Hunter. Hunter cards, you get the Unleash the Hands, but like...
or better
even
yet,
playing like a
the,
5
I
mana
like
8/8,
you
it's
could
like
play
not
like
that
the
good.
Locust card on 6 and then play this on 7, and I don't know, but it's just stats. It's
How
not.
big do you have to be on?
Bruh.
How big? So you Locust on 6. How big does this have to be to just like play with your power on 7 and feel good about it? Even in Standard, it's got to be at least like 9/9.
Oh
Like,
god,
it-
yeah, it would have to be
it just
huge
feels
because
terrible.
the giant is 8/8.
And there's so many
Yeah.
ways to just like 2 mana death it. Like I don't see this card ever being any good.
Me neither.
Unless there's a way to give it charge,
Fair.
or it gets a tag, just like. What? I'd love to see.
If it was in your deck, it'd actually be playable.
oh, it'd be
Mhm.
nuts.
Yeah.
I'd love to
You could
see.
drop, like,
let's
a
actually
5/25
obtain it
or
for a different
something.
time, but I'd love to see Hearthstone buff card with tags sometimes. That'd be kind of interesting. Like this card's bad. Let's give it a tag. And then suddenly it's playable. I think this is a filler card.
Yep.
It's a card that like the dude who doesn't play Wild plays like Angry Chicken every month will be like, this card's sweet. I made a big 5/5, a big 5 mana card. And then like they kill the opponent because the opponent played a like Gu1Danie1 against him. Right? It's fun for certain players, but I don't think this is good.
No.
Moving
And I'd
on.
be happy to be wrong because it is kind of fun.
5 mana Demon Hunter card. It's a 5 mana 5/5. Battle cry, destroy a soul fragment in your deck to give your
Whoa.
hero +5 attack this turn.
So an odd demon on you got the 1/3 in this. That's already kind of good enough, right? One mana,
I don't
1/3?
think so, but
Was there any
it's
other
a
odd
very convincing argument.
There was 2 and 4. Were there any other odd soul fragment cards I'm missing from Demon Hunter?
These Soul Shear, but that's a control card.
Yeah.
No. There's never mind. That's
that was
a
a
Warlock.
2 mana,
Oh,
right? That was a 2 mana
yeah,
Warlock
two
and Demon
mana.
Hunter card. That was 2. And then there's a 4 weapon, 4 card. Was there another one for soul?
Mm-mm.
Not
Those
enough.
2 alone is good, but you probably need one more card that shuffles in soul fragments.
Yeah.
Well, you have the 2 1/3s, I guess, but you probably need one more like 3-drop card. Because this
Right.
card, if you took out the soul fragment card, it's obviously insane. 5
Oh,
mana
yeah.
give your 0/5 attack is it rivals the 6/4 deal 4 if you've attacked, right? It's like less clunky though.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously the
Mhm.
soul fragment adds a different layer of clunky.
Sure.
Now we're starting to see why you run the soul fragments, right? You got the 3/2 to stop your opponent from killing you, and then you got this to kill your opponent. I'm seeing a standard deck. I don't know about wild, but there's definitely a standard deck here.
Oh yeah, I think there's a hell of a standard deck there, but for wild, the mana costs just don't add up. This is good, but the Soul
There's a
Fragment.
world
deck
where
is
next
kinda
expansion they add
slacking.
another 1 mana decent statted minion that shuffles soul fragments, and you're like, okay, well, maybe I run this now, but it does have to compete with like Battle Fiend and stuff.
Mhm.
All right.
I like the card.
It's well designed, probably not strong enough for wild.
No,
Yeah.
not strong enough for wild. Wild's stupid.
7 mana Demon Hunter spell. Deal 3 to all minions. Summon a 3/3 for every minion killed. So AoE for Demon Hunter. It's okay.
Sure.
It can clear a small board and give you a board to
Is there
To
a
replace
priest
it?
card that used to do something like this? Or is there another card in Hearthstone that's at all similar to this? Something is like
Flame Strike.
no, with like
7
when you
mana,
kill
deal
something and
4.
spawn stuff. Does that exist in any other game? Like I feel like that's something about that.
Joe Astrals. So, this card I feel like is total bait. Honestly, the deal
I'd rather
3.
Chaos Nova. Or
This
that
deal 3.
3
is,
mana
like, just
3/2 card that
not
also does
there.
3. Dude, heck of an arena card though.
and that's my cue. Moving
Heck
on.
of an arena card. Awesome card, dude.
All right, 7 mana Fell Guardians for Demon Hunter. Summon 3 1/2 demons with taunt. Costs 1 less whenever a friendly minion dies while it's in your hand.
7 3 1 2 demons with taunt.
I think this
Oh.
is just whenever a friendly minion. Not when in your
Yeah,
hand.
it costs 1
Does
less
it?
whenever a friendly minion dies. It's
This
any
one
turn.
actually might be just a real one.
So
It's
you
just
draw it
Corridor
on
Creeper.
turn like 4 and it costs
Oh
3.
no, surely it has to be in your hand.
It doesn't say in your hand though.
Yeah, but neither
On
did
the
Corridor
card.
Creeper. Did it? It just said cost 1 less whenever a friendly minion dies.
Really?
I think so. Look it up. Pull up
The
your
other
collection.
card said it was in your hand, so I feel like
Does
I wanted
Corridor
to say
Creeper
this
stay
one,
in
though.
your hand?
The only
Let me
thing
check- I think-
inconsistent about Hearthstone text is that it's inconsistent.
There's a lot of consistencies. There's a lot of consistencies.
No, Quarter Creeper says in your hand. Yeah, this is
What?
happens whenever, regardless. This is
So you
one.
can
Of them.
draw and it costs 0.
So this is more like a
But
giant
even then,
effect.
like, you have to have 7 friendly minion dies before you get, like, a total of a 3/6 with taunt.
yeah.
This card seems trash, man.
Oh yeah, it's just too expensive to start out with, and the payoff isn't actually.
I mean, I don't know if I'd play this if it costs 5. Like, the words on the card is just not that good. 3 1/2s? It's like you're, like... It's like that it's like that terrible warrior card that makes 1/1 with taunts, like, with the terrible spreading plague. Like, this is just terrible. Is this not, like, bad? Do you guys agree? This seems terrible.
Terrible. I agree.
Terrible, Kenny. Terrible.
Terrible.
This seems bad. Is this a dual
Moving
class
on.
now? We just dual
1
class just,
star.
like, pop in randomly. Yeah, this might be the worst card we've seen.
It's
I
more
haven't
standard.
kept good track, but it seems bad.
All right, 7 mana 5/5 legendary for Warlock and
Fuck
Demon
this
Hunter.
card.
For each soul fragment in your deck, summon a 3/3 soul with rush.
Dude, now we're talking. I mean, now that I've seen this card, there's 9,000% a standard
Yeah.
deck here. I mean, this is good in standard. A 7 mana 5/5 that makes like even 2 3/3s with rush. That's a good
This
card.
is
That's
just-
an 11/11 that has front loaded tempo.
This
In
is
Wild, I don't know why I'd ever play this card again. I still haven't seen anything that gets past a Void Lord.
my thoughts on this is Blastmaster Boom was way better. And that's the.
And that didn't even see that much play in.
Yeah. In the mech
It's got
heavy, in the mech heavy meta, we barely saw Blastmaster boot, so I can't see this seeing play.
Yeah, good and standard. Fantastic. Probably in arena if you hit. That's another soul fragment card.
Way too
Actually,
many
no,
hoops to
yeah.
jump through. 7 mana, 5/5. Like it's rough to start with. It's kind of wants to be like a removal, but creating a board thing.
It's like a slight removal tempo and like a back and forth minion match. It's just why it's standard. It screams standard to me. This will be good in standard and not in wild.
Yeah, this card is the reason why Soul Fragments probably actually just as a deck itself won't be a thing. This card needed to be insane.
Yeah.
The payoff needed to be really, really good
Yeah,
for
for
either
wild, I
class,
agree.
and this
Payoffs.
wasn't it.
Payoff's not there.
I'll craft a golden for sure, just because it'll be pretty and it'll look really pretty in my collection, just sitting there.
Where it will sit. Dude, but just like imagine if instead of saying summon a 3/3 soul with rush, what if it said deal 3 to a random enemy for each soul?
Oh my god.
That'd be like playable.
No, it would.
A Soul Fragment OTK? Could you imagine that? You
Oh,
freaking play
'cause it
Bran
goes
and this, and then just go pew pew pew.
I don't know if that would be better. On average, that would be so much worse. Like if you have 2 soul fragments in your deck and you rip this, and your opponent is like on 7.
Well, then don't have 2 in your deck. Have 10.
Like, have 10 on turn. You want to be able to play this on 7. You want to curve out and play it on 7.
Yeah.
This is better than deal 3 to random enemy. Because you can actually like choose where you're attacking and killing, and like maybe ripping a mortal coil on turn 8. Like it's just maybe if you want to make some stupid OTK, it's better if it deals with
Oh, yeah,
but like playable. I actually think this is better than
Stupid OTKs are my passion.
Right.
that. I don't think that's better. That's for sure. Well, you just said.
That was a
Whoa,
lot.
that's a lot of stats. What's
This is
This
the
card
la-
makes me cry.
This
This
is
is
the
my favorite
last-
card of the expansion.
This is the last Demon Hunter card. 9 mana, 10/10 demon.
an hour per class. We're killing it.
At the end of your turn, steal 1 attack and health from all enemy minions.
Wait, which is
And it's
steal?
legit steal. As in, like, if they have a, let's just say this was on World.
Deals
In my
one to
scenario.
everything.
You pull this off the Void Caller, you get this down, and they have 5, like, 1 mana tokens. You steal it, and then you're at 9/15. And then you just win the game. This feels insane. And this is why I hate Demon
Like in
Hunter
White
so much.
Standard and Wild, this one. I don't know if this sees play.
If a big Demon Hunter deck emerges, this is a staple card.
Like
late This is-
game.
This is the reason you play that deck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
if this
may
is-
actually start seeing some experimentation because they've got the Fell Summoner, which is a 6 mana, like 8/3
Yeah.
or something,
Yep.
with those ridiculous offensive
Oh,
stats.
yeah, the
And then if
8/3
this comes down after, like,
Hmm.
hold up.
Yeah.
You
Six
Prince
mana
Taldaram
8/3
this thing or
is
something?
bad though.
Yes.
But you can
Yes.
also run
So
like Pit
bad.
Commander. Like imagine like putting Pit Commander and you charge and this and like you like go half and half on the big and the big demon and you just kind of like bring them together. Like there's gonna be enough support eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
dude.
completely agree. It's a
If
Void
there's
Caller
ever,
away from
like,
being
I don't think
broke.
there's any word that you play this from hand and it's a good card.
Oh, you
Because
don't
in order
No.
to steal
yeah.
enough stuff,
You have to cheat it.
you just die.
Yeah.
And then there's so many ways to kill big things. I don't think this card's good. There's so many ways to kill big things that don't do anything. And this kind of does something, but it feels like a win more card.
Mhm.
Like, to get really big, they have to have a lot of things. And if they have a lot of things, you want to kill their things. You don't want to, like, put a big thing and, like, hey, maybe they'll trade into it with other
Well,
things.
it kind of kills their things. It's like that's the problem with this card. If this card could get cheated out, it just stops aggro.
If you play this into, like, some dude's playing, like, Spider Rogue or something stupid, and they got, like, 5/4/4 spiders on the board. You play this, you don't, like, that's not a good turn.
What if you play this with Barnes?
That's lit with Barnes, because then it's like a 1/1.
Well, then I mean, yeah,
like
if they've got a
4/4.
board, all of a sudden you'd probably end up with maybe like a 5/5 or something. It'd be
But
rough.
it's like one of those things where like you want the effect to go off twice. You like want to kill their stuff to protect it, but then the effect doesn't do anything. Like it's just it like counter synergizes with itself. Because you want the effect to be able to go off, but if it's like eating from stuff, that stuff can just kill it. Right? Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like when you cheat it out as a 1/1, you may make it like a 4/4, but then you want to kill
Yeah.
their stuff, but you can't kill their stuff and have it grow. I don't think this card's very good. It'll be good if there's a way to cheat out demons and have a big demon deck, but otherwise it seems really bad. Very cool though. I love the idea of stealing stuff in Hearthstone. That needs to be a word they use more.
Yeah.
You guys think it's good? I think it's like a
Yeah, I mean the card's a 1 at the end of the day. As
Yeah,
it's
I think it's
written
very
and as
bad.
what we
It's very
know of the
cool.
class
I like
and
the
what it can
design.
do, but
Strength level, it seems bad. You play this for 9 mana. I death it for 2. You lose. Like, I don't know.
But that would
Unless
require you to
Demon
play
Hunter gets a
priest.
Gul'dan.
We don't play priest around
Well,
here.
there's okay. Sap. I mean, I'll sap it.
All right, moving on.
I'll blackjack stunner it for
I
1
think
mana.
that's it.
Oh.
We are on to Druid.